The old formula: go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, stay out of debt, and invest in the stock market for the long term. It's completely outdated. It might have worked in the past, but the world has changed. And if you're still following that path, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Think about it. Why would you save money when the government is printing trillions of dollars? The value of your money drops every time they pump more into the system. The gap between the rich and the rest of us isn't just about hard work or talent. It's about understanding how the game has changed. In each of us, there's a poor person, a middle-class person, and a rich person. The poor person is focused on survival, on making ends meet. The middle-class person seeks stability and security, a nice house, a good job, a steady paycheck. And then there's the rich person, the part of us that wants more, that understands the game is different. But here's the thing, we're not taught how to nurture that rich mindset. Instead, we're taught to fit into the system, to get a job, work for someone else, and take home a paycheck. My rich dad never paid me. And that's because he wanted me to learn something crucial. The paycheck traps you. It locks you into a mindset where you rely on someone else for your financial security. It's not that a paycheck is bad. It's that once you accept it, you've accepted being an employee. You become a slave to money. But if you develop the mindset of an entrepreneur, you learn something fundamental. No matter what happens, whether your business fails, whether the economy crashes, you'll figure it out. You'll start another business, find new opportunities, because you're not tied to that paycheck. The real power isn't in the business itself, it's in how you think. Entrepreneurs operate by a completely different set of rules, and once you understand that, you're playing a whole different game. Think about the rules we're taught. Go to school, get a job, save money, avoid debt. But what if those rules don't apply anymore? What if, instead of getting out of debt, you learn to use debt to build wealth? That's what the rich do. They use debt to leverage opportunities, while the middle class and poor are stuck in old ways of thinking, avoiding debt, paying high taxes, and saving money in a system that doesn't reward savers anymore. I remember my last paycheck clearly. It was both one of the best and worst days of my life. I was in Puerto Rico, working for Xerox, and I received a bonus check, $30,000, taxable. On the surface, I was excited, but inside, I knew something had shifted. A colleague told me I'd fail and come crawling back, just like he did. But I looked him in the eye and said, "You might have failed and returned, but I'm never coming back." That's the mindset difference. If you keep a safety net, if you always have the option to go back, you'll never truly move forward. 4 years after that, I didn't have a paycheck. It was tough. But my rich dad had prepared me for that. He taught me that when you're out there without a guaranteed income, you get hungrier, you get smarter, and you're tested in ways you wouldn't be if you stayed comfortable. You discover who you are when you don't have anything to fall back on. Will you compromise your values? Will you cut corners? Or will you rise to the challenge? That's what entrepreneurship is about. It's not just about making money. It's about becoming the person who can handle adversity and come out stronger. Most people are too focused on the short term. They don't think about the bigger picture. They are worried about their job, their paycheck, their bills. But if you're only thinking about the next month or the next year, you're not prepared for what's coming. The world is changing fast. If you're stuck in an outdated mindset, following obsolete advice, you're going to get left behind. For instance, people are still being told to get out of debt. But that advice is old news. I just refinanced $300 million in debt, lowering my interest rate from 5% to 2.5%. That's a huge win. The rich use debt to their advantage, while the middle class and poor are stuck in the mindset of saving money and paying off their debts. The system is rigged in favor of those who understand how to use debt and taxes to build wealth. When I came back from Vietnam, my rich dad didn't tell me to invest in real estate because it was a safe bet. He told me to invest because real estate teaches you how to use debt and taxes, two of the most powerful tools in wealth building. The rich know how to use these tools to their advantage, but no one teaches this to the middle class. That's why the gap between the rich and everyone else keeps widening. The rich get richer because they play by different rules. Look at doctors and lawyers, highly educated professionals. They are earning more, but taking home less because they don't understand taxes. I recently talked to my doctor, and he was excited because he finally made $1 million. But after taxes, he only kept about $400,000. That's not bad, but when I make $1 million, I keep it all. The reason? I don't work for money. My businesses and investments generate income for me, and I use the tax code to my advantage. This is why saving money and working hard isn't the path to wealth. The rich don't save money, they use it to create more money. They don't work for money, they let their money work for them. When you learn to think like an entrepreneur, you have control over your income, your taxes, and your future. Too many people are clinging to obsolete ideas. Get out of debt, save money, invest for the long term. But the world changed in 1971 when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. Money became debt, and if you don't understand how to use debt, you're playing the wrong game. Our education system hasn't caught up. We're still teaching people to think small, to go to school, get a job, work hard, and save. But that's not how wealth is built anymore. The information you learn in school becomes obsolete by the time you graduate. And saving money today, it's a losing game. Banks don't even want your money anymore, they're charging you to keep it. Cash is trash. But people are still holding on to these outdated ideas because that's what they've been taught. The rich use debt and taxes to build wealth. The poor and middle class are told to avoid debt and pay their taxes, and they end up paying the most. The system is designed to keep them stuck, and unless they learn how to play by different rules, they'll never break free. There's no such thing as a bad economy. The economy you experience is shaped by your mindset. If you have the mindset of scarcity, you'll always see obstacles. If you have the mindset of abundance, you'll see opportunities. Entrepreneurs understand this. They know how to adapt, how to see the bigger picture, and how to find ways to win, even in a crisis. The moment you take that paycheck, you've limited yourself. You've accepted the rules of the employee, the rules of the middle class. But real power comes from breaking free of those limits. It's about learning to control what's happening inside of you so that no matter what's happening outside, you're ready. That's the real game. To be in control of yourself, your mindset, and your destiny.